Humidity is a unique challenge and beast when it comes to maintaining your beard. Whether you live in a tropical humid area or you are on vacation, we will all likely experience that humidity at some point. And I'm going to give you 3 different tips for how to deal with humidity. And that would be 1, avoiding heavy products. 2, dialing in the health of your beard, and 3, perfecting your morning routine. And I'll give you all the details and reasons behind that just after this introduction. And my name, guys, is DanCBearded for anybody returning or anybody new here. If you are new here, check out that subscribe button. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit it. First off, let's establish what happens to your beard because of humidity and why that happens. Now, most guys know that when it's humid out, you are going to have more trouble controlling your beard. It is going to appear to be poofy, you're going to have crazy flyaways. It's just not going to do what you want it to when you want to have a nice, presentable look. And the reason why this happens has to do with the moisture that's in the air and how it bonds to your hair. Now, your hair has these different bonds that want to grab the moisture out of the air, that hydration. But when it's humid like that, it just sits on your beard and it actually weighs your beard down. Now, intuitively, you're like, weighs your beard down? That should be good, right? Gravity, length, that's going to help out. That's not how it works with hairs, unfortunately. What happens when they are weighed down because of these water molecules is they push back on themselves. It goes back towards the root of your hair and it makes it go curly. A lot of us like to straighten it, not too straight, but straighten our beard to look presentable or professional or whatever you want to call it. But when you get that hair that's heavy, it bunches up and it curls up, and that creates the craziness. So that's what's happening when we talk about having a humid beast of a problem for your beard. The first piece of advice is to avoid heavy beard products, especially waxes. Now, this comes from my personal experiences, whether it's been in vacation to Florida or the humidity we get in Michigan, surrounded by the Great Lakes during the hot summers, but especially when I've reached out to you guys. I did an Instagram question, received great feedback. I also personally reached out to some of my buddies that live in the southern United States. My buddy Andy, just Andy, says he lives in the swamp. My buddy Joey Decal lives in Florida. I've got buddies like Vinny P living in Texas, and they've collectively given me advice, and this was the number one thing that stood out that I wholeheartedly agree with. You should not try to contain your beard with something like wax or heavy products. You're just going to lose that battle. Nature is going to get its way if you're just trying to put a shield or something over the top to hold it in. Those hairs are going to bust through there, and you're going to have more of a difficult time trying to control it than if you just ditch that wax altogether. Because, right, your intuitive thoughts are like, hey, if my beard's going crazy, let me give something to push it back in. If only that was that easy. I think that you should worry about controlling the other aspects rather than trying to just lock that beard in place with products. So really look at using lighter oils or even heavier oils, but avoiding the balms, avoiding the waxes, unless you have a short business beard. That would be the exception. A really good wax, a really good balm, if you have a short beard that wraps to your face, that is going to do an amazing job. Your hairs don't have the length or the power to be able to really bust through that. So consider that relative to the beard length and style that you have. My second tip is really dialing in and being aware of the health of your beard. The beards that are the greatest affected by humidity are the unhealthiest beards. When you have a strong beard with structure and health to it, it's going to do a better job of being controlled and not dominated by that poofiness or craziness of humidity. But if you have a dry, brittle, unhealthy beard, oh goodness, that thing is going to be going crazy. So get your proper vitamins, whether that's through food, whether that's through supplements. Get your testosterone up. Have the proper grooming habits where you're not hurting your beard. Use quality ingredients with your products. And above all, stay hydrated. When you're in that hot weather, you're sweating more, you need to hydrate even more. And of course, make sure you're replenishing your electrolytes and sodium and all that you need as you're drinking a gallon or plus more. But overall, the healthier your beard is, the easier it is to combat that humidity beast of a problem. My third and final tip for you for dealing with humidity issues with your beard is really perfect the morning routine and styling routine that works for you. Now, I highly recommend using heat. I love using a blow dryer every morning for the most part. I do take some lazy days off. Or some guys like a heated brush. I like to use a heated brush once every other week or so just to address some problems, but it's not a daily use for me, but for some of you it may be. Now, when you dial in and you perfect that morning routine, it is going to be much easier to respond to that humidity throughout the day because you know what your beard is going to do. Now, if you are quarantined, if you are staying at home, working remotely, not going out, you have a great opportunity to experiment a little. For example, I like to get ready in the morning with combs. Only time I use a round brush is when I'm addressing issues like dips on the side, kind of like a heated brush. I have other buddies that strictly use a round brush when they're styling their beard. That doesn't work for me. I know how to dial mine in, even in humid weather. For others, it's different. So you have to really explore, check out morning routine videos, put pieces together, try something today, do something different tomorrow, see how it responds. You have an opportunity to really figure it out and it'll make the best for your beard. And an option that you always have is no heat, just embracing the humidity. Some dudes have beastly beards because of that humidity. When you get those crinkle cut fries, hairs in there, it is gonna add a little volume. It's gonna give you some texture and make it seem even more beastly. You'll lose a little bit of length, but you'll get that body, that density in there. So that may fit you. Maybe the answer for solving humidity for your beard is just ditching all of that and embracing it, soaking it all up and getting that big, strong beard out there. But I really do think you should experiment with your morning routine to see what works for you the best in that type of climate. Final thoughts. With the summer fast approaching in the United States here, tropical weather all over the world with people watching, I need your guys' help. I have a challenge for you down in the comments, and I really mean this. Give me your personal advice, experience, tips, and tricks for dealing with humidity and your beard. It is one of the biggest issues, one of the most common questions I get. Those are the three I got. But I know some of you live in that climate. Some of you deal with that and you have perfected it for years and years and years. I would personally love to hear from you. And I know a lot of the other guys are gonna go straight down to the comments during this video and after this video to hear what you experienced beardsmen have to say. So that is a challenge. And I really appreciate if you do step up to the plate for that one. So thank you guys. I look forward to reading those. My name is DanCBearded. I hope that you stay bearded and stay positive.